Hello everyone, it's Daniel Martin. Today we're going to talk about something very important that even myself I do say incorrectly. Is that do you have a strategy or you have a system? So myself normally I said, oh, I have my strategy, this STT strategy, yeah? But it's a systematic strategy, okay? So what I try to explain to you guys is I'm not talking about my strategy today, it's about your strategy, okay? So you just have an idea. You got very good workout on the weekends and you want to actually fix that. That thing you want to have it reflected in paper and it look amazing, everything look fantastic, and you want to execute that on Monday. What happens? You have hesitation, you go out of control, you got out, and nothing works. For everything was look perfect in paper, nothing works in reality. Okay? So it's as well for those ones that is questionnaire trader. I believe that this questionnaire trader, you don't need to change. I'm gonna actually to fix that too for you guys. This questionnaire, there is a way different to discuss that together. So it's about two types of traders, okay? So the ones that have a strategy that they are in their head, they're thinking that working amazing well, but on the end of the day, they didn't work, or they don't know how to make it work. So we're gonna try to fix this out. So that's what I try to explain. The reality is you got a bit of mess. Even if you don't have it when you start to do your backtesting, you end up to have it after. And it's not the goal is to document the repeatable and execution all that yet. It's because the key is how we're moving from an idea that we have out of control when we're going into real life trading into documented execution. And why we have to do this? We have only to do once. Okay, you don't need to do all the time documented that. You need to have a set once and that's it, and clear. You don't need to have thousands of charts. Thousands of charts that actually looking for, oh, I got like my symmetrical triangle. I need to have this up and down, up and my low, my highs, high lows, and 6 points, blah blah blah. And I have thousands of charts. No, you need to have one. What is your structure? What is the rules? So when you have that clear, you don't need to have thousands of trades, thousands of documented. Okay, I'm gonna need to go into details now. Okay. So let's go into what is important to be aware of. That is that if you're not documented, you will have lack of clarity, confusions, you will break the rules, and you will be out of control. So you will repeat the mistakes, you will freeze out in situations that you were not expected, and so on and so forth. So, but this is actually important to be aware of that. Now, but the reality is that it's so simple that to make that into a simple structurable process. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, now let's say I go on a strategy, just try to make one, and my strategy is actually let's say MACD crosses. When it crosses about this level, I'm gonna go long, yeah, and that's when it's gonna be short. Okay, or my stop loss is going to be below this level, and that will be only based on MACD. Okay, which is fine. I believe that every strategy works if you know how to handle it. Yeah. Now, do you have in your strategy how often is going to happen? I say no. 1 second, no, because my idea is that if the candle is doing this, this, and that, hold on, it's doing this, this, and that. What does that mean? Is it doing? Yes, because you can see this moving this way, and then it's doing that, and when you're moving that, okay, you don't explain anything to me, just talking nonsense. It's like why can you explain to me in detail? Okay, well, because this high, this low, lows, high. Okay, now I start to get something. Now you see, you have to be able, and this is the simple, because I can give you you can actually doing a very well structurable process of A to Z. You can be this questionnaire, you can have all this stuff. On the end of the day, the most simple way I have found myself to make this work for you, even these questionnaire traders and those ones that got confused with the strategy, and I know that many of you will not like to share your strategy because it's an amazing strategy that you want to share with no one. Okay, find somebody that is not a trader. Find somebody that will not take your strategy from you. Okay, and let's go back into that, because I've been sharing my strategy, and it doesn't matter if I share it or not. If you don't know, if it's not connected with your personality, you will not make money with my strategy, even if I show you exactly what is my entry. Okay, So the best solution is to find somebody, anyone, to actually to teach him that strategy. But what I really found out very important is, I'm gonna go into details in a minute, is that, well, this is kind of a visual logic chart, yeah? I will do something like this, even if it's this questionnaire, but what you actually really work for you is that you don't need to show to anybody, but you need to pretend that you want to show your strategies to somebody. So stay with me, yeah? Because the slides is nothing to do with what I try to explain to you guys now. Okay, now you write it down, you try to do, let's say, 5 videos, 2 videos, 1 video, 3 videos, 5, whatever you want to do in parts, and you need to explain to yourself the strategy. Yes, you don't need to give it to anybody. You need to be able to explain your strategy in front of your camera and see that to yourself. So can you explain that? Can you explain that? And then you say, okay, imagine that you're going to give it to somebody. Would you be able to explain your strategy to somebody, record yourself in details and explain to somebody? Yes or no? If you have doubts, they will not work out. First things, as soon as you try to record it to somebody else, you will go into the details and you question yourself, how am I going to explain this to somebody? And that question will help you to improve your own strategy. That's a reality, yeah? It happens always. It's the best way to do it. So now after that, if you want to even to go further from there, just giving to somebody this, they clear, when you go through everything, you will already learn a lot about your strategy. Now you give it to somebody else and the person say, I don't understand. Then you're thinking, how do you mean you don't understand? Because I don't get it, I just don't understand this, I don't understand that. Okay, then you improve your reasoning why you choose this and that. Then after that, you can actually create this structure. Say, if my entry is this, I do that. If not, I do nothing. If this, I open it. If not, I take the risk. If make this 5 hours, I will add more position. If I actually make 10 hours, I will just do and that. So this is important, yeah? So be aware of that. So repetition, templates, yeah, you can use all this stuff. Blah, yeah, it's great to have journaling, review. This is coming after. So having clear is like because it's too much work. It's like you got an idea in your head, and you need to be able to explain it. Imagine that you have a child in front of you, 5 years old. Yeah, well, 5 years too little. Let's say 10 years old. Yeah, can you explain the strategy to a 10 years old and make it and actually make it simpler to him? Okay, if you see this, you open. If you open, you go your stop loss. Let's say 2 hours down or 1 hour or whatever you just. And if you got this low highs, and you say, okay, this is my stop loss, this is my target. So if you see this the last time you buy, if you bought 20 pips and you sell it with 60 pips, whatever strategy you have, you make a decision, and the person have to be able to understand it. No a professional trader, no a coach, no a teacher, no somebody, an adult, as child, 10 years old. Can you understand this? If it cross MACD, cross above this level, you buy. If it cross below, you close, you sell it. Simple. This is your stop loss. 1 hour, you try to make 10. I don't know. Whatever ideas you have in your head, can you explain that in very simple methods? Yes, if you can, you go a high probability to improve your strategy drastically. Okay? So, yeah, you can define how rules and all the stuff like that, risk size, rules, all that. Everything is coming after. So, what do you mean after? It's like when you have defined all your rules, now you have something. And when you have defined the rules and you can explain to somebody in a simple way, you've already been learned so much that you will be so surprised about it. It's unbelievable how much will you know about your strategy that you think that you know about it. So, even if you do not have hesitations, just bear with me on this. Even if you don't have hesitation on your strategy, if you do what I just asking you to do, is to actually to do a video recording to yourself and pretend it's going to give it to somebody else. Yeah? Step by step, how am I going to explain to person B my strategy in details. And then if you want to, which you don't mind about it, you can give it to somebody else and say, look, this is my strategy, this is how it works. Can you understand? Do you understand everything? Can you explain back to me? If that person can explain back to you, bingo, you have a super clear, you have no problems, and that is the best way to work it through. So you know, I can go on and up, down, so I can explain more details about this. We can work this more out, but on the end of the day, it's simple. It's to find, you have a problem, the solution already give it to you guys, recording the video to somebody else. Okay, so if you do have, by the way, if you do have any other ideas of about other videos that you want me to talk about it, please let me know. I will be very happy to actually talk about those, because I'm not, how do I say this to you guys? I'm not the best trader in the world, okay? I'm not a magician. I make money, yes I do. Every year I've been making for the last 15 years, consistency. Before was actually up and down. So I've been doing 23 years trading now, 24 years now, yeah? So it's not, well, I try to explain to you guys, I've been where you are now. I've been in that problematic situation that you are now. I've been in that situation that you lost the plot, that you don't know what to do, one strategy, another strategy, no, this is the best one, no, because I see this making money, blah, 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 looking for the money, forget about it, okay? I know that I haven't coaching you or teaching you everything on these videos. Stay with me. I want to try to actually do as many as I can to make sure that all my problems I've been going through, I was fixing it by myself. So I wish I got somebody to tell me, and I'll tell you something, I'll give you my best recommendations what you should do to improve your strategy, but doesn't mean it's the final solution, and it's not the solution for everyone, okay? What I try to explain is that for me it did work. If you don't have a solution now, why you don't actually waste a lot of time to try what I just giving you now? So, and that's it. It's the best thing I can do. So guys, I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.